What's up, lovers of whiskey and watchers of YouTube? I am the Malt Activist, and today, as you can tell by the title, we have a little interesting head-to-head going on, which I like to call the Battle of the Blends. That's right, I have taken 3 whiskeys from Chivas Regal, 3 whiskeys from Johnnie Walker. We'll do a little head-to-head. We'll try them straight, we'll try them with a bit of water, and then at the end of it, I will tell you, I will proclaim the winner. Are you ready? Let's do this. As you can see, I have all the whiskeys laid out in front of me and properly labeled so I don't mix them up, because frankly, they kind of look almost exactly the same to me, color-wise. So if any one of these glasses got mixed up, we would have a scandal at our hands, to say the least. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, right? I am going to taste each whiskey. First, I'm going to taste it straight. I'm not going to go too much into its flavor profile because that's not what we're really after. But general drinkability, quality of spirit, and how well, most importantly, how well it does with water as well. Because a lot of my friends and people I know drink blends with a fair amount of water, either equal parts water or lots of water, or water and ice, or just ice, or maybe with a splash of soda, or whatever, right? Very few people I know are drinking blends absolutely straight. So I think it's only fair, in the interest of accuracy and ranking, that we try each of these whiskeys with at least equal parts room temperature water. I don't want to use cold water to mix my whiskeys because then I'm losing a lot of flavor thanks to the drop in temperature. This will also give us a chance to see which whiskey holds up well to water and retains its flavors. So I'm going to try and do this in kind of ascending order. So I have 6 whiskeys on hand. I have the Johnnie Walker Black Label 12-year-old. I have the Johnnie Walker Double Black. And I have the Johnnie Walker Gold Label XR. Okay. And from Chivas Regal, I have the Chivas Regal 12. I have the Chivas Regal 15. And I have the Chivas Regal 18. So what I'd like to do is, mix them up. So I will start with the Johnnie Walker Black 12-year-old, move to the Chivas Regal 12, then the Johnnie Walker Double Black, then the Chivas Regal 15, and finally the Johnnie Walker Gold Label, and then the Chivas Regal 18. Okay? I mean, I don't think the order really makes a difference, but I just wanted to mix it up and see. And that's it. That's all I have to say before we dive into this epic Battle of the Bands. Did I say Battle of the Bands? Shit. Let's do this again. Let's dive right into an epic Battle of the Blends. Alright, first up, Johnnie Walker Black Label 12-year-old. This is what it looks like. I don't know why I'm doing that, because they're all colored. Very nice nose. A little understated. No real pungency. I think this is perfectly reasonable. Black Label gets a bad rap because I think it's drunk at such a large level. There's a lot of people who say, yo, I don't want to drink Black Label, it gives me a headache. And I don't know why. Maybe it's true. But maybe it's just, maybe it's a placebo effect. Maybe it's just everyone thinking, oh, there's so much of it out there, it can't be good. Which is not necessarily the case, in my opinion. But we'll get to that in a bit. Look, I think this is a decent nose. I was expecting a lot more Kalila Isla in this, but there isn't. Yeah, just fairly uncomplicated, but pleasant to smell, slightly sherried whiskey. I mean, there's no way you can tell a single malt from a blend just by nosing it. It's impossible. And anyone who tells you that is a big fat liar. Perfectly acceptable. The nose is not bad at all. I'll give this nose a very decent 7 out of 10, right? 7 out of 10. Good flavor profile. I'm liking this. So, well done. Johnnie Walker, Black Label, 12 years old. Okay. Woo! So this is, yeah, now I get it. Not a very good palate, very, very weak. Quite watery and diluted in my opinion. And let's all confirm the ABV on these. It's, yep, 40%. 40% ABV on this whiskey, which is why I feel like the palate is quite watery, understated, weak, kind of decent finish, but yeah, starts off well. The nose is nice, but the moment it comes on the palate, it just dies. And I don't know if it's only because of the 40%. I'm not 100% sure, or there's more grain whiskeys in this than there are single malt whiskeys. Again, I don't know the ratio, but all I do know is that it falls flat on the palate, and I'm not happy with the palate, and I'll be critical today because we're ranking each of these whiskeys. So I am going to give this palate a 5. And I will give, and the finish is kind of decent, so I will give this finish a 6. So nose 7, palate 5, finish 6. There you have it. So Johnnie Walker, Black Label, 12 years old. That's right, Johnnie Walker, Black Label 12, now with water. And I've put roughly equal amounts. I mean, I'm not measuring it down to a science, I'll be honest with you, but I'm eyeballing it. So it's basically 1 part each, so half and half. Obviously, there's nothing much left on the nose. Some hints of a remnant of a sherry cask in there somewhere. It's not fair to, you know, give a rating on the nose, given I've put this much water in it, but we'll say 5. 5. No, this is just like drinking water. So I'll give it a 5 on the nose, 3 on the palate, and like a 2 on the finish. I know it's not fair, you know, judging them like this by adding so much water to it, but I'm going to do it to all of them. So maybe one stands out more than the other. So yeah, there you have it. The Johnnie Walker Black Label with water, nose 5, palate 3, and finish 2. So it obviously deteriorated tremendously with the addition of water. So there you have it. Next up is the Chivas Regal 12 Straight. There you have it. That's what it looks like with so much color added. Yeah, more of an intense, fruitier nose. Definitely better than the Black Label 12 in terms of its complexity and intensity of aromas. In fact, I quite like this nose. Very, very typical sort of, you know, a well-done sherried whiskey, if you like. I'm going to give this nose a 7.5. I definitely like this better than the Black Label 12. Good job. Chin chin. A very similar experience to the Black Label 12. On the palate, it sort of dies down, but the finish kind of picks up again. So I'm not sure what the formula with both these 12-year-old whiskeys is from these blending giants, but they kind of deliver very similar flavor profiles and drinking experiences. Straight, anyway. So 7.5 to the nose. Palate back to a 5. I like the finish slightly better at a 6.5. I like the finish slightly better than the Johnnie Walker Black. So overall, I think this is slightly Yeah, a little hint of oak in here as well. So I think complexity wise, this is a slightly better blend in terms of overall quality. Okay, let's see what it does with water. Okay, and now the Chivas 12 with hopefully equal parts water. I hope I'm doing the the quantity justice. Retains a bit of its original flavor profile. You can smell it. So better nose than the black. I'll give it a 5.5. Nah. But it's still pleasant to drink. I can get the alcohol a little bit and I can get some flavors. So a 4 on the palate for me with water. Yeah, and the finish, absolutely nothing. So 2 points for that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is the one I'm actually quite interested in. This is the Johnnie Walker Double Black. And this is supposed to have more Kalila in this. Yeah, I can definitely get more salt and smoke in this compared to the regular black label. Yeah, it's more fishy and briny. I like this nose as well. Gives me a good, decent Isla feel to it. Oh, is there a hint of sulfur? It's there, but you know I'm not going to cut marks for it, even though I smell it. So 7.5 on the nose for me. Okay, again with these blended whiskeys, there's something happening. Falls completely flat on the palate for me. Not that great. I do get some signature Isla flavors like a hint of smoke and some saltiness and a brininess to it, but overall not that hot. Slightly better than the 12, so I'll give it the black label, so I'll give it a 5.5. okay, and the finish is really decent. I'll give it a 6.5. It's not a bad finish. I can feel it in my cheeks. Excellent. Now to see what it tastes like with water. Okay. Wow, the peat and the smoke so much more obvious with water. It wasn't so in when it didn't have water in it. Oh, surprising. More oaky as well. So I think it holds up. The nose holds up nicely. I'm gonna give it a 7. Well done. Yep, absolute shit on the palate with water. I'm gonna give it a 3. No finish. I'll give it a 2. So overall, I think drinks better without water. Who would have guessed? Me. Haha. Okay, here we have the Chivas Regal 15. There you go. That's what E150 caramel looks like. Interesting nose. A lot more woodier and a lot more sherry influenced than the Chivas Regal 12. Not bad, very sweet. Interesting. So I like this nose. It's not a bad nose. I'm going to be generous and give it a 7.5. Okay. Okay, a little more flavorful on the palate than the other three that I've just drunk. And nice finish too. Okay, so this is definitely a step up from what we've just drunk so far. Oh, better finish as well. Nice. A lot more fruitier, a lot more complex, and I liked that it sort of held its own on the palate. It's by no means smack you in the face gorgeous, but it is certainly better than the three that we've just drunk. So as far as I'm concerned, this is right now in top place. I'll give this a palate of 6.5, let's say, and I'll give it a finish of 6.5 as well. So overall, it does well on the nose, it does decent on the palate, and it does decent on the finish as well. So not bad at all. So good. Retains most of its aromas. They're obviously subdued, but they're there. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to give this like a 5.5 on the nose. Wow, absolute shit on that palate. 3, no finish. 2. So drinks better. Obviously, without water, drinks much better without water when compared to the others. But when you add water, it is as useless, as shit as you would expect it to be. Okay, Johnnie Walker Gold Label XR Edition comes in a snazzy package with lots of gold, and I like that. Here you go. That's what artificial coloring looks like. Sweeter, lots of chocolate. Ooh, so much chocolate. Not as smoky and briny as the double black. I don't know what the point of differentiation between the XR and the double black is, to be very honest. But this is not a bad nose, it's decent. I don't think I like it as much as the double black. I'll give it a generous 7. Very nutty, almonds, walnutty. Not bad. Okay. Doesn't die out as much on the palate as the others, but it still does. I think I'll compare it to the Chivas Regal 15 in terms of its intensity. So a decent palate. I think I'll give it a 6.5, as much as the Chivas 15, and a 6.5 on the finish as well. So this drinks really well, quite well with without any water. Let's see how I managed to fuck this up. There you go. Again, you know, the smokiness and the islandness comes out when you add water. So wow, not bad. Not bad. I'll give it a 6.5. Wow, shit. 3 on the palate, 2 on the finish. You know, I'm going to go back and I am going to fix my score on the Johnnie Walker Double Black with water. I gave it a 7 and I think I'm being too generous. I'm going to change this gold label with water down to a 6 on the nose, and I'm going to change the double black down to 6 on the nose as well. I think I was being too generous, way too generous. And finally, the Chivas Regal 18. There you go. Soup. This is a great nose. Like a good sherried single malt. Intense aromas. Everything good about it. Wow, this is my favorite nose so far. The Chivas Regal 18. I'm going to give this an 8.5 on the nose. It's cracking. Love it. Well done. Very nice palate. Lovely palate. Drinks complex. Good mouthfeel. Lots of flavors, lots of fruits. Really, really, really well constructed blend this. I'm going to give this a well-deserved 8 on the palate and a fantastic finish. It's there, just popping. And so I'm going to give it a very well-deserved 8 as well. So, by far, the best drinking of the lot without adding any water to it. I am a happy camper. If you give me this, I can drink this straight all day long. Seriously. Nose is obviously super subdued. I'll give it a 5.5 on the nose. And the palate is dead. Crazy. I'll give it a 4. Hardly anything. And I'll give it a 3 on the finish. Wow. That is crazy. Okay. So now I'm going to have to go up and add up all these numbers and give you a final score. So stay with me. This is going to be epic. Wow, okay, I spent like about 4.5 hours and I had to contact 4 auditing firms just to make sure I got all my numbers correct, but I think I finally have them. So some of these results may not come as a surprise to you, but I think the overall result is something that I kind of expected in the first place, but the individual results were quite interesting. Let's first rank these whiskeys, drinking them straight, okay? In last place, we have the Johnnie Walker Black Label with 6 points. Then we have in 5th place, the Chivas Regal 12 with 6.33 points. Then in 4th place, we have the Johnnie Walker Double Black with 6.5 points. Then in 3rd place, we have the Johnnie Walker Gold with 6.66 points. In 2nd place, we have the Chivas Regal 15 with 6.83 points. And the clear winner by a huge margin is the Chivas Regal 18 with 8.16 points. So if you want to drink your whiskeys straight, then that is your order, okay? Now, let's rank them after adding water to it. So, again, in last place is Johnnie Walker Black Label with 3.3. Then in 5th place, the Chivas Regal 15 with 3.5. Then in 4th place, Johnnie Walker Double Black with 3.66. It's actually tied with the Johnnie Walker Gold Label, which also has 3.66. Then you have the Chivas Regal 12 with 3.83. And finally, the winner with water is the Chivas Regal 18 with 4.16 points. And now the overall winners, not really surprisingly, Johnnie Walker Black Label in last place with 4.66. This is like the average of both the scorings with water, without water. So as an overall blended whiskey, whether you like it with water or not, these are the rankings. And the Johnnie Walker Black Label is in last place with 4.66. We have 2 ties. Interesting. So, for the 4th and 5th place, we have a tie with Johnnie Walker Double Black and the Chivas Regal 12 with 5.1. And then tie for 2nd and 3rd place is the Chivas Regal 15 and the Johnnie Walker Gold Label with 5.16. So very close. And the overall winner by a fair amount and a huge margin is the Chivas Regal 18, 6.16 points it's earned to capture first place. So congratulations, Pernod Ricard and the team over at Chivas Regal for putting this 18-year-old together, which is an absolute treat. I was not surprised that the 18 was going to win. I was kind of surprised that some of these whiskeys did tie with each other. on an overall scoring basis. So there you have it. There you have it. This was fun. This was super fun. I really enjoyed myself. So next time you're out there, picking up a blend, I hope this video helps. Chivas Regal 18 by far, I think one of the best whiskeys out there, blended or single malt, doesn't matter. I think it's a fantastic little whiskey. But then, don't count out the Johnnie Walker Double Black or the Gold Label either. Also very, very good whiskeys. Again, if you want to drink them straight, Chivas Regal 15, again, very, very nice. So overall, I think we had some really, really good blends with us, and I think we did them justice by scoring them accurately. There's no bias whatsoever. It's just that I've drunk all these whiskeys before. I know what I like, and I really hope that this video helps you in your next purchase, your blend purchase, if you like. Wow, so this was fun, right? I had fun. I hope you had fun. Whoa, now I'm gonna have to drink all these whiskeys. Damn, it's the middle of the day, by the way. So, shit. It's your fault. It's all your fault. Okay, cool. So, well done Chivas Regal 18, but well done all the other whiskeys as well. You did well, and there are no losers, only winners, and slightly drunk people at the end of this video. So, there you have it. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for this whiskey review. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time. Peace.